For some reason, everybody is now, I think it's because of all the wonderful experiences. People are beginning to wake up and realize that we have some of the greatest products in the world. Today, I actually just came back from visiting someone in the hospital, and this person wouldn't actually take our products, and they wound up in the hospital. And now that they've gotten a condition that they're going through, they're saying, "Hey, bring that to me as soon as possible," because now they're at the point where they're open to anything, and that seems to be what's happening. So I want to take this opportunity, first of all, a holiday weekend. Just want to welcome everyone to, in my opinion, one of the best programs in the world, especially to those of you that really, really are concerned about your health. So we're going to get started. Go ahead and bring that music down. Today we're going to talk about something that wound up being something actually better than any of us ever thought, and that is the point of collagen. When you generally think about collagen, it's become huge in the world, and generally people think about their skin, their nails, their hair, and it is true that when I got on our collagen, my skin and my nails, everything, my hair started growing quickly. I started going to the barbershop more than I really wanted to, but nevertheless, my hair grows like crazy. But one of the things that people fail to realize when it comes to collagen about how important it is over the years, we lose so much collagen in our bodies, and it's causing a lot of medical problems today. And little did I know that collagen help you out when it comes to your muscles, tendons, and ligaments. And it has so many other qualities that actually help a person to grow back healthy. So I'm quite excited to talk about collagen today. In fact, this month, and from what I understand with the company, they're giving us extra collagen. And I'm pretty sure Jonathan is going to talk about that. I talked to them today and they said they still have bottles of collagen that has extra in it that's going to get out. Some of us fortunate people are going to get an extra heavy. And by the way, I got one. And man, there was a lot of collagen in there. And we have the only patented collagen in the world. So, Jonathan, I hope you're with us. And I'm looking forward to finding out about this collagen what I don't know. And Jonathan, when you say this collagen has been it's just been a killer when it comes to one of our products.
Life changing, Bernard. It's been life changing. I'm so glad that you put those teasers out there so folks will know that this is unique. What we have is really, really special. And you're not the only one that's raving about, how well it's working, and the excitement is just not stopped. It's been nonstop, Bernard. So it's been exciting to see and to hear. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Bernard. It is unique. It's different. It's not the same old collagen peptide. Many folks have been talking about collagen peptide. In fact, when this company came out with this collagen peptide, I had just reached a point in my life and Joanda where I thought we needed to find ourselves a collagen peptide. Places like Costco were starting to sell it. So I said, let's go look. Let's research this collagen. Let's see what it is. Let's go find the right one. Next thing I know, Dr. Prasad brought it to the table. And I was just so excited because now we could learn what it was from the maestro himself. We could learn what it did from the maestro himself, from Professor Prasad, not someone just trying to sell it, but from a man who taught at the University of Colorado School of Medicine for 30 years. So Professor Prasad brought us all up to speed and up to date on exactly what this collagen does. So we're going to talk about that for a few minutes. But thank you again, Bernard, for setting our meeting up for us. And just for the record, my name is Jonathan Jones. It's my pleasure, my privilege to be your host and moderator for this afternoon. In fact, it is March the 31st, 2024. And someone cared enough about you to invite you to a presentation like this. I'm sure that there's so many other things that you could be doing. In fact, today's a holiday, and many folks are right now spending time with their family and loved ones and giving attention to something that's truly important in their life. But you're here. You're here because you felt that there may be some value in being a part of this discussion, and we're going to try to make it very much well worth your while to have come here today, and we applaud you for that. And we thank you. We thank you for giving us an indication that what we're sharing is of benefit to you and to someone that you care about. So, but before we begin our discussion, just want to make a couple things clear. We have to do this by law, um, mainly because we don't want you to be misled. We don't want anyone to feel that they were duped or that we said something that we were not supposed to say, or that misled you in some way. So we're going to tell you just clearly what the law um, demands that we say. The FDA has not evaluated these statements. Testimonies that you hear are anecdotal. Results are atypical. That means what happens to one person may or may not happen to you. Engage makes no claim that Micro Daily, Collagen Daily, or any of the Engage Global products will treat or cure any disease state. Only the federal government can declare a supplement to be a treatment or cure for a disease. So we're not making those claims. But I think it's the 14th Amendment that allows us the freedom to discuss things for information and educational purposes only. So we're passing along information to you that you can take into consideration when it comes to your health and your well-being. So that's what we want to share with you right off the bat. Now, I do want to share with you a story before we get too far in to our discussion. I'm going to kind of break down a little bit. I'm going to try my best not to make it technical, but to make it clear enough for you to understand it. But I think one of the things that will make it as clear as crystal water is hearing someone who had a very interesting response to the product. In fact, she was one of the very, very first persons to ever use the Collagen Daily. One of the very first persons. My relationship with Adnalena Williams goes back a number of years. In fact, it goes back probably more than a decade now. She called my office, and at the time we were just taking phone calls, helping people, answering questions, and giving some suggestions as to what they could do to improve their health. And she said, she introduced herself. I'd never heard the name before in my life. And she said, my doctor just said that I have stage 4 cancer. And I'd like to get some suggestions as to what I should do. I said, well, can you afford alternative treatments? And why aren't you just going ahead and going with conventional? She says, I don't want to go with conventional treatment. I'd like to try something alternative. I need to do something that I can do without putting, what I feel are harsh chemicals in my body. That's just was the position that she took. So I asked her about her financial situation. She said, well, I don't have any money. And I said, well, then do you have support and help? She says, yes, I have a lot of help. I said, do you want to live? And she said, yes, I want to live. I said, are you sure? Because I said, a lot of folks that want to beat a problem, but they don't want to do what it takes. But Adnalena says, I want to live. What do I have to do? And I don't know if any of you are familiar with Hippocrates Health Institute, but it's a natural health institute down in West Palm Beach, Florida. And Hippocrates is amazing. If you go there, they teach you how to live. They teach you how to choose the right kinds of foods. They teach you, they run very strong proponents of vegan lifestyle, but the entire Hippocrates lifestyle has helped people to turn around serious health conditions. And we've gone there before, back, especially when I was searching for answers to my wife's health problems. This goes back about 20 years now. So I said, well, we learned a particular lifestyle from Hippocrates, and I'll share that with you. And I told her everything she needed to do. She wrote it down. She followed everything to a T. Got a phone call from Adnalena probably 4 years later, 3 or 4 years later. I had forgotten all about her. She said her name, and she said, do you remember me? I said, no. And then she reminded me who she was. And I said, oh, wow, you had stage 4 cancer. How are you? She said, doctor says I'm cancer free. And I just want to thank you for that. And so she asked for some additional suggestions as to what she could do to maintain good health. I told her all about Micro Daily. And what you're going to hear now when I start her story is you'll hear how everything went from that point. She started on Micro Daily, and at this point, she now mentions that she started on microdaily EMF. So she'll begin to tell that portion of the story. Okay, so bear with me a second. I'm going to get her story started, and then I'm going to share the screen and let you hear Adnalena tell her story. But the part that you're going to want to really pay careful attention to is when she talks about her experience with Collagen Daily. Because, by this point, we've got a pretty good relationship. She feels that the advice that we gave her to her made a difference to her. And she feels that the advice we gave her was so significant that she felt that, we obviously weren't going to tell her something that we felt was going to be harmful to her, but was going to be helpful to her. And so here's Adnalena telling her story. And this is a lot of it again. Just listen long enough to hear what she talks about Collagen Daily. Your story, please tell us.
Well, first, I'm so happy that you suggested the EMF, because I got on that, and that has been just a huge difference with me having so many things that I was dealing with. So the EMF has been wonderful. I had swelling in my legs and ankles and feet. They were badly swollen. I got on the EMF, hadn't had a problem at all. I wish I could send you. I can send you a before and after.
Yeah, please do. So you had shrink in your ankles. So that's like a form of lymphedema.
Yeah, I mean, it was really bad, and hadn't had any episodes with my sarcoidosis. It's been clear, no problem. The asthma, no problem. Haven't used the pump thing, the inhaling thing, for I know about 8 months, I guess. Not on any of the gabapentin or any of that. Don't need any of that. Okay, then I got on the collagen. That was just amazing. I couldn't believe that I'm walking upright and not I mean, everybody that knows me knows that my knees separate and I get stuck places where I can't move, can't get up, can't put weight on my knees. My husband and everybody around me have to help me up out of every seat because I can't get up by myself. I've hurt my shoulder from pushing up on everything, right? September 1st, hit the ground running in the ministry, and my friends were saying, "You need to slow down. What are you doing?" Because they know if I do too much, I'm going to be down for maybe weeks at a time. But
So what happened? Tell us what you did. What made the difference?
I took the collagen. It was the collagen. When I started taking that collagen, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't looking for it to do that. I just know how science works. And when I see you and the doctor come on and explain and break down how something works, then I know that makes sense. So take it. I don't know what it's going to do, but I know it makes sense. So I decided to try it.
So are you saying that prior to your taking Collagen Daily, you couldn't stand up? You had to have assistance to stand up. Your knees were in pain. What, did you need knee replacement surgery or something? Was that, and you just didn't want to do it?
Right. Because I have so much nerve damage, they said that the recovery from the surgery would be so bad for me that they were just trying to avoid it as long as they could. They said, we're going to have to avoid this as long as we can because the recovery from the surgery would, the rehab, and the surgery was so damaging. So they said I wouldn't be able to do it. We knew that because of previous surgery. I had a torn meniscus. So I've been walking around with two torn meniscus and just bone on bone.
So you're
So
bone on bone. And now are you telling me you said that you got out of the car and went to the grocery store? So
yes.
talk to us. Tell us what you started taking Collagen Daily and now you're walking around.
Yeah. Yeah. And my husband always has to go in and I have to sit in the car. And I tell you, he pulled up at the door and I said, I'm going in. He couldn't believe it. And then we went somewhere else. And so, look, it has not gotten worse. I keep looking for it to revert back, but it's not. I was on my feet a lot since September 1st. So yesterday, we were out a long time, and everybody kept saying, you better cool it. You're going to be down. So I said, okay, I'm going to take a day off. I took the day off, but I'm going back out tomorrow.
So you're out, you're literally walking around and back to yourself again. How long has it been since you've been walking around like this, Adnalena?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know.
5 years?
I mean, I still have pain in my body, or, I still have pain, but it's nothing like suffering.
But you're walking around now.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And you believe that it's because of Collagen Daily.
Oh, yeah. And even when I sit, my knees would separate and I have to wait, straighten my leg out and try to knock it back in position. Both of them was doing that. It hasn't done that in, what did I tell you, about 2 weeks? And that was like several times a day.
Wow.
When I would sit and bend my knees, it would separate. It would get dislocated.
Wow.
And it has not been dislocated now for about 2 weeks. I think it's been about a good 2 weeks.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So that is the best thing because, it's been hard for me to get around.
Mm-hmm. Well, it can be debilitating if you're not in control of yourself and not able to use your limbs and you're dependent on somebody else.
And I've fallen a lot also because my knee just give out.
Wow.
Yeah.
The things we take for granted. Well, Adnalena, thank you very much for sharing your story. You're one of the first that is sharing with us a story other than the Michi Morris situation. So yours now is showing the benefits in the rest of the body, in the joints. So thank you very much. We look forward to hearing your updates on this. So make sure that. Okay. So that gives you some idea. I hope it was fairly clear. Some of you already heard Adnalena's story, but she tells it there in detail. Exactly what happened with her. And again, remember, testimonials are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. You don't know the clinical circumstances surrounding what Adnalena was doing, if there were any other factors involved, but she believes that putting collagen peptides in her body made a difference for her. So, and we're excited to pass it on. But here's the science behind the value of collagen peptides and why everyone really should be considering adding collagen peptides to their diet. It's very simple. You see bullet points here of about 8 different things that it's good for. I mean, everything from improved memory, you see that at the very top, all the way down to wound healing and everything in between. Now, the technical part about memory is that it's beta amyloids that leads to Alzheimer's. Now, you don't have to know a whole lot about what beta amyloids are or anything like that, but just know this. There's a particular neuron in your brain, cholinergic neuron. That's what is responsible for storing memory in the brain. What kills that cholinergic neuron is beta amyloids. Beta amyloid is a protein. Your body automatically just produces it. It's a waste product. If it's not removed from the brain, it builds up. And that's what causes damage to those cholinergic neurons. If it kills those neurons, there goes memory. There goes, we call it sometimers, right? You just have to sit there and bump yourself or walk back out, sit down, do what you were doing again, come back in the room to remember what it is that you came into the room for. You ever find your keys in the freezer? I've never found my keys in the freezer. Bernard just told me stories about how he did. I'm just kidding. Just, he just was easy pickings. But but if you ever had that experience, you know that that's what's happening. Well, it's those beta amyloids that's the problem. It's your cholinergic neurons that you need to regain control of. Collagen peptides helps facilitate the removal or blocks that beta amyloid that's doing damage to cholinergic neurons. So some people have raved about improved memory. So because as you can see in the third bullet point down, the collagen binds with beta amyloids and it makes them non-toxic. And now that's exciting to me. So as far as I'm concerned, if I could take me a scoop of this collagen peptide 3 times a day, if it's going to bind the beta amyloids, as far as I'm concerned, we could end the whole discussion right here, right there. And that's a good enough reason for everybody to pick up the phone and go find yourself this particular collagen peptide. But I'm going to explain to you further why this particular collagen peptide is the one to go with. Now, you look at the can and you see there it says it has type 1 and type 3. And it also has hyaluronic acid. Comes from grass-fed cows, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free. So it's got those particular highlights on the bottle. But you may be saying to yourself, type 1 and type 3? Why only type 1 and type 3 collagen peptides? Well, we're going to touch on exactly why. But just keep in mind, again, beta amyloids, that's a good enough reason by itself. If you can put something in your body that makes beta amyloids non-toxic, that's a major plus. All right. It improves symptoms of sarcopenia. And now, as we get older, once you hit that senior citizen category, muscle loss is not an uncommon thing. Your brain needs cysteine, and it doesn't care where it gets it from. As you get older, the brain starts taking cysteine from muscle. That's why seniors start to lose muscle, is because your brain is eating it up. Brain is consuming cysteine, it leads to muscle loss. That's that sarcopenia. So collagen peptides improves the symptoms of sarcopenia, osteoarthritis pain, rheumatoid arthritis pain, and healing of wounds. We just had a recent story of a woman who had a sore that would not heal. And she put together a little cocktail, and collagen peptides was right in the mix. And the doctors can't believe what they're seeing. When a person is diabetic, they just don't heal fast. But the doctors cannot believe what they were seeing. That's putting it on topically, right, by the way. So if you got a person with some bed sores, then collagen peptide should be part of the formula. What exactly is collagen? One of the most important nutrients in the body. It holds the body together. It is a complex protein your body makes naturally and distributes throughout the human body. So it starts with peptides, but then the peptides get converted into collagen, makes up 30% of all protein in the body. So it holds everything just like glue. We're talking everything from muscles, bones, tendons, ligaments, organs, and skin. So everything is held together by collagen. You need collagen peptides to make collagen. Your body is the chemistry factory. It will make the collagen as long as you give it the collagen peptides. Now you see here there's up to 6 different types of collagen peptide. There's actually a lot more than that. There's 28 different types total, as you can see. But 90% of the total collagen in the body comes from type 1 and type 3. So that's the reason why Dr. Prasad said he chose those two. He chose type 1 and type 3 peptides. Peptides taken from type 1 and type 3. That's what we have here. Type 1, skin, bone, eye, heart. Type 2, cartilage. Type 1 and 3, muscle. Type 6 is the brain. So if you're saying, well, I don't see any type 6 peptide on the can. I don't see it on the canister. You don't have to. All you need is the peptides, and your body will make the right collagen. It will convert it into the right one. So if it needs type 27, your body will make it as long as you give it the right peptides. And that's what we have at our disposal. And that's what you see on the bottom of the screen there. See, from amino acids, cells in the organs make the type of collagen that's needed. Okay, so your body does it. Your body's doing the hard work. We gradually start to lose collagen as we get older.
Oh, wait.
It's just the way life is.
Good.
We begin to lose collagen.
Good.
Let's see if we can't mute everybody. Something's going on there. We just start to lose collagen as we begin to age. In fact, it starts at age 20, by the way. We begin to lose collagen. And it gets worse and worse and worse. It's because we're making an enzyme that causes us to lose collagen. Other things cause us to lose collagen. Sunlight and too much exposure to ultraviolet light. All of that causes the skin to wrinkle and causes damage to our bodies. Toxins like cigarette smoke creates problems. Sweets, the wrong kinds of food, all of that produces free radicals, and it leads to saggy skin. I still remember meeting this one woman, and I couldn't believe it. I thought she might have been about 20 or 30 years older than me, and I was shocked to hear what her age was. I'm just going to stop right there. I was shocked. I was shocked. But she's a smoker, and it shouldn't surprise anyone that can contribute to an older looking physique. You see what it says there? Smoking. Free radicals produced by cigarette smoke can damage collagen, which can make skin sag and wrinkle. So that's one of the contributing factors. And then excess sugar makes it less elastic. So fibers become less elastic because of excess sugar. So if you can reduce sweets, that's a good thing. So this is collagen levels in the body. As you can see, age 20, age 30, it really starts to go down. We're about 80% of what we should have in our body by age 40, 50, 60. So the older we get, then the loss of collagen becomes more pronounced. So as we start to look older, if anyone who's up in age over 40 or 50, you know that things do not look the way that they used to look. We know that we are starting to look more of our age than we want to. It's because of collagen. That is the issue. Skin and organs. And Dr. Prasad, I think it was last week or so, he was the one who said that that what's happening on the outside of our body is an indication of what's taking place on the inside. We were talking about the kidney at the time. He said, so what we see on the outside, he said our organs are aging the same way. Our organs are becoming more wrinkly and more elastic, less elastic and saggy. So that becomes a problem. So, and that's the reason why we get more joint pain and more problems. I remember a friend of mine was a very heavyweight guy, but he was out playing softball and he went to round third and something went pop. And sure enough, he ripped I think it was his thigh muscle, the whole tendon there and it just folded up like what do you call those things? Like a Venetian blind, just like that. So his whole muscle just straight up. So all I had to do was they called an ambulance to pick him up and see, our body, our tendons and ligaments just are not as strong as they used to be. So when it comes to the things that we need in our body, there's 3 different things that are important: collagen peptides, enzyme inhibitors, and hyaluronic acid. Now, we'll talk a little bit about the hyaluronic acid. It's just another technical thing, but it contributes to the moisture in our skin. It makes things look moisturized, okay? So those are the things that nourish our body and helps to defend our health. The bad guys are things that we talk about all the time here on Sundays, and that's free radicals. The things that we don't talk about so much are these other things, this collagenase, hyaluronidase, the MMPs, and elastase. Those are things that degrade our skin and our health. Put them all together and it equals just very, very bad. It is not a good thing at all. So take a screenshot of this. We're not going to talk about it, but it tells you exactly what the hyaluronic acid is. And it tells you the enemy of hyaluronic acid. See, during aging, increased activity of degradative enzyme hyaluronidase reduces the levels of hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is the bad thing, but this hyaluronidase slows down the process. Okay, so The hyaluronic acid, that's the one that you want. Okay, but this hyaluronidase, that's what makes it all go bad. So our skin suffers as a result of that. So the bad guy is the hyaluronidase, and the hyaluronic acid is the good guy. The good guy is the elastin. And you don't have to remember all these things. It's not important. Just understand that these enzymes is what works against beauty. Beauty, believe it or not, has a direct effect on function below the skin. So what's happening from the skin out is an indication of the function of the rest of our body on the inside. So just remember that. So young skin versus aging, wrinkly skin. It's caused by the impact of collagen and elastin. So those things are affected, and that's what can create this problem. All right. So the question is, as Dr. Prasad would say, how to neutralize the bad guys. It's one thing to say, okay, I identify what these bad guys are, but the question is, what do we do to stop them from doing what they do? Well, you just get an enzyme inhibitor. It's that simple. Now, I would have never thought of that, but Dr. Prasad did. Dr. Prasad said, just inhibit those enzymes. Inhibit them, stop them from doing what they are trying to do. And does that really work? Is it possible really to inhibit the beta amyloids? Is it possible to inhibit these other enzymes from and doing harm to our body so that we don't benefit to the degree that we would like to? Absolutely. It absolutely is. And you heard one testimonial that indicated that it did. And by the way, if there's someone on here right now who has had some benefit that they feel is connected to the use of collagen peptides, especially if it comes to memory and cognitive function, please feel free to raise your digital hand. We'd like to hear from you, and so you can share your story. I mentioned before, you heard it in the video where I told Adnalena that she's the first one showing the physical function benefits of collagen peptide other than Michi Morris. So Michi Morris told us all about her mom who had Alzheimer's. So if we have time, we'll maybe share that story with you and play Michi Morris's story as well. So what are these enzyme inhibitors? Dr. Prasad just did the research, and he said he found them. He found exactly what would block those enzymes that do the harm to the body. Remember, as we age, we're losing enzymes. We're having these enzymes come along that degrade collagen. We're losing collagen because of the increase of these particular enzymes. They degrade collagen in our body. So Dr. Prasad found two components, natural in nature, that inhibit enzymes. One is an extract from the amla fruit, and the other one is a white tea extract. So simple. And the research had already been done. The information was already available. He didn't even have to go and invent this. It already works. It said these extracts are more effective in inhibiting the activities of collagenase, elastase, MMPs than the individual extract alone. So he put both of them in his formula. He put them both in there because remember, we need the good guys, excuse me. We need them, the ones on the left, the ones on the right. Those are the ones that we want to stop. Those are the ones that are doing damage to our bodies. Those are the ones that are simply trying to kill us, to be quite frank with you. They're just trying to kill us. So what do we do about this? So funny that the first word on this page is patented, but look here. You can go to Costco, you can go to any health food store if you want, and you can see an entire wall of different collagen peptides. And they fall into three different categories. They are average, and they are better, and then there's the best. That's the one of the kind. So the average products are the ones that have collagen peptides. The better ones also have hyaluronic acid, but there's only one on the market anywhere in the world that also has enzyme inhibitors, and it's patented. That's the collagen peptide that's been formulated by Dr. Kedar Prasad. It's the only one that has all of them. So you got average, you got better, and then you got patented. You can decide. Both of the ones in the average and better category, they do some good, don't get me wrong. But remember what's happening to the body as we age. You do remember, right? Tell them beta amyloids to just do a pause right now. You do remember what happens to us as we age. We're losing collagen as we age. So no matter how much you make with the average product, you're still losing. No matter how much you make with the better product, you're still losing. When you make it with the Collagen Daily, Dr. Prasad's formula, you keep what you make. You plug the hole, basically, is what's happening. So you stop losing it as quick as you make it. That's what's beautiful about this. So collagen peptide is phenomenal. It has the peptides. It's got the hyaluronic acid. It's got the enzyme inhibitors in it. The benefits is just voluminous. We're talking anti-aging. We're talking improved hydration in the skin. We slow down and stop the skin sagging business, strengthen our tendons and ligaments, and the joint pain gets improved. There's even improved bone mineral density in postmenopausal women. That's a bullet item that's on this particular slide. And there's the reference points. So if you want to do the research on how and why that could be the case. So you want to improve your bone density, then you got the right one, baby. Oh, that was Ray Charles said that, didn't he? But okay, he wasn't talking about collagen peptides, but so I just reapplied it here. So and there's even more benefits. Goes right back to that very first slide I showed you. We're talking about beta amyloids being neutralized. Wrap your mind around that, seriously. Beta amyloids being neutralized. Beta amyloids are responsible for killing cholinergic neurons. That's responsible for storing memory. That's in the brain. Collagen peptides bind with beta amyloids, making them non-toxic. That's what Dr. Prasad has taught us. And reduction of osteoarthritis pain, improve symptoms of sarcopenia, and reduce symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis and wound healing. So this is pretty remarkable what we're dealing with here, folks. This is really remarkable. But you know what? It actually gets better. That's the part that to me was kind of interesting. What is it, if it was possible to make it work better, what would you think about that? Well, there's actually been clinical studies that shows that if you add vitamin C and antioxidants, you actually get even greater benefits from collagen peptides if you add vitamin C and other antioxidants together. So that simply says that there's a simple solution. We have vitamin C and the best collection of antioxidants all in one package, all in one bottle. In fact, there's 3 different bottles. Pick your color. The original formula that was made for the military is the microdata, the green bottle. The step better is the purple bottle on the bottom. That one has methylated Bs. And then the absolute best one that we have is the EMF formula on the top. It's got the methylated Bs, but it also has 4 additional ingredients to block harmful effects of radiation, especially the 5G radiation. 4 additional ingredients have been added to it. So you take and combine the 2 together. And remember, you saw that one slide. So the good guys on the one side and the bad guys on the right side. Well, the bad guys there on the right side included free radicals. Collagen peptide doesn't do anything for that, but microdaily does. See, when you raise glutathione levels and you're adding antioxidants into your body, that's taking care of the free radical issue. That's taking care of the oxidative stress. That's what promotes a healthy immune system. So you add the 2 together, and you got the 1-2 punch that is absolutely out of this world. This is unbeatable. Take a screenshot of this. This is what every single human being on the planet needs, in my opinion, as a minimum. Now, Dr. Prasad really wants us to put the probiotic boost on this slide also, and I agree with him, because if your gut and your microbiome is in dysbiosis, you get marginal benefits. You want to maximize the benefits of all of this, then you add the probiotic boost to it as well, because now we're talking about something that actually puts your microbiome, your gut microbiome back into balance, improves balance. Because if you're in dysbiosis, that's a problem. You need to make sure that your gut and your microbiome is right. And nowadays, antioxidants are everywhere. Even if you're not getting antioxidants, we're eating antioxidants. So if you are a carnivore, like I am, then we are consuming antibiotics. And antibiotics is killing the bacteria in our body. So we've got to be replenishing that and working on making sure our microbiome is in balance. So this one is the highest quality one out there on the market, in my opinion. I 100% agree, because if Dr. Prasad puts his name on it and he's verified it, he feels confident in it. And for the past 2 years that I've been taking it, I swear by it. I think the stuff is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I used to have a problem with my left knee, and I don't have any issues with my left knee anymore. And my right toe, I don't have a problem with that right toe anymore. My back is improving. My neck is improving. Everything that was ever wrong with me from a mechanical perspective and a joint perspective has improved. It's improved. And Bernard, you'd be happy to know I started back on my exercise regimen again. I figured I would start with a trampoline, and I'd do push-ups again. So first time out the gate, I jumped down and did 25 push-ups just like that. I haven't done push-ups now in about 3 years. So I'll get back to I was doing about 200 a day there for a while. So I'm slowly getting back up to about 35 or 40 now. So I'll get right back to where I was pretty soon. And I'm pretty sure it has to be because this collagen is helping me not to lose muscle and to maintain what I have. So here's the right amount that you want to take. So you don't want to just go and take and dump half the bucket into your bowl of Cheerios. Scratch that Cheerios thing. I don't recommend Cheerios. Into your bowl of oatmeal. I'm not sure about the oatmeal either. I forget 80% of grains now has GMOs and a Roundup in it. Well, whatever you eat. Maybe it's raw yogurt or something healthy like that in the morning. But you don't want to do half the bucket. You just want to make sure that you're getting about 11.6 grams per serving, and 1 to 2 servings per day is enough. So right now I do 1 serving in the morning, and that's what my wife is doing. We both do 1 serving in the morning, and it seems to be working just about right. I was doing 2, but I happen to be very sensitive to any type of caffeine. If I drive into a neighborhood that has a Starbucks, the caffeine in the air messes up my sleep at night. I know that's hyperbole. It's intentional hyperbole. I'm trying to wake up anybody who has fallen asleep on me, but it is true. I am that sensitive to caffeine, so I can't do the white tea in the evening. But that does not affect everyone. It just happens to affect me. So I personally just only do 2/3 of a scoop in the morning, and Joanna's been doing the same thing, and it's working out for us. So our bodies are functioning fine. Jeff says that he and Helen do 2 a day, so they do more. And there's others who have no issues with the tiny bit of caffeine in the white tea. There's the enzyme inhibitor. It doesn't have an effect on them. It doesn't have an effect on Joanna either, but she just falls into the same habit as me. So that's what we do. So the scoop that's in the tub is if you do a full scoop, that's 16 to 17 grams. But if you use 2/3 of a scoop, that's 11 to 12 grams. So if you do 2/3 of a scoop, then you're actually getting enough in your dose. So you don't have to do a full scoop. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Now, the best way to mix it, I just throw it in my tea. I drink green tea in the morning. And so I just toss 2/3 of a scoop right in my green tea, and it seems to work just fine, dissolves perfectly. I have no issues with it whatsoever. Some put it right in their coffee. I have done it in my coffee in the morning also. You can put it in your protein shake. You can cook it. You can put it in anything you want. And it also mixes good with hydro. So if you drink your hydro in the morning, you can just toss it right in there and mix it up also. So it doesn't matter what you mix it in. It's pretty well tasteless. It doesn't taste like anything, so it won't corrupt anything. It's just going to make whatever you're doing work better. So you won't have any issues with it. And you want to just keep in mind right now, as Bernard mentioned earlier, right now there's 50 grams more in every canister. So if you could order some now, I would do it. As soon as this meeting is over with, you get online and put your order in, If you're already an affiliate or preferred customer, go in there and get your orders in tonight. You can't call customer service now. They shut down back at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So you can't get into customer service, but you can log into your back office and get your orders in while the 50 grams extra is in the canisters. I got 2 of them so far. I've got another half dozen already ordered, and I've got 3. Joanna's got 3 free ones coming because she helped a bunch of people this month to become to get connected to Engage Global and Micro Daily. So they're giving her a bunch of free ones. So we're stocking up on the stuff because we think the stuff is phenomenal. We think it's out of this world. So the question that everybody's asking though is, how much does it cost? I hear you. You're telling me to go get the stuff, but how much does it cost? $65, I think, is reasonable. So it's very reasonable for what it does. I think they should charge more, but they're not. They're being very reasonable. And again, for what you're getting right now, the normal canister has 315 grams in it. It's not a full canister because they couldn't get the exact right customized size because we're a small company. So to get a custom size canister for exactly what Dr. Prasad wanted, the 315 grams, was going to run the price up because now you got to pay more for these canisters. So they opted for a standard size canister, but they put 315 grams into this. I think it's a 500 gram canister. So don't get spooked when you see that the canister is only 2/3 full. So that's the reason for it. Okay, but right now there's an extra 50 grams in each canister. So that's a win. That's a big plus for you at this point. And I highly recommend buy, stock it up, stick it on the shelf. Don't worry about it going bad. You will use it down the road. Some folks, now Dr. Prasad does not recommend that those who are fighting, abnormal cell growth in their body, that they do the collagen right now. So, but just save it. Save it for when you are not fighting abnormal cells in your body. Stick it in the freezer. It'll be just fine. But we leave ours on the shelf. So we have it, right on the shelf. And we're sure that it'll be fine. So the bundles is what you want to order. It's the premium bundle is the one that you want to focus in on. But still to this day, I would take my chances on ordering the Core 4 personally, because if you order the Core 4, then they were giving away 1 free can of Collagen Daily. So a free one, for the month. So not just what comes with the Core 4 for under $200, you'll get another canister of Collagen Daily, all in celebration of the fact that the patent was issued. So you can't go wrong with this. This is now the time for you to benefit. This is a phenomenal benefit, no question about it. This is the time to go. So who do you talk to about it? Do not call me unless I invited you to this meeting today. You can just get back to the person who invited you to this presentation, and they will help you. They'll guide you and they'll get your order in. Pick up the phone and call them. Start texting them right now. Tell them you want collagen. Start now. Tell them that you finally know what you didn't know. You know now what you didn't know about collagen and why it's such a big, fat, hairy deal. So this is the one that you want. Okay. So let's take a couple of minutes right now. And if I gave you guys time to think about it, if you had a collagen story that you want to share, and if something was not clear in this presentation, this is your opportunity to ask. And I no guarantees I can make it any clearer, but I can repeat some of what I said. I'm good at that. James, you got the first hand up. Go ahead, my friend. I think I restored the unmuting privileges for everybody. Yes, everyone has the ability to unmute now. Where are you, James? Go ahead.
I am taking milk a couple of bottles of collagen and put it in the refrigerator.
Oh.
Now, my question is, how long doesn't last.
Wow.
I drink one today then, because I use 2 packs.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And so when it lasts until the next day,
Now, is that the hydro that you're saying that you're mixing ahead of time?
no, the collagen.
Collagen. There will be no, it won't degrade. So if you pre-mix it, you won't have a problem with it at all. I would just try to get it down within the first day or two,
Yeah,
but you don't have to worry about losing its effectiveness. I mean, if you can cook it and it's still, because see, it's peptides.
yeah.
So it's not like it's a undenatured product. It's a peptide. When it gets into your body's just gonna work with it.
Now, is that the same thing with the EMF hydro?
They recommend that we get that in fairly soon, but usually within 24 hours is what I've heard Dr. Prasad say. Try to drink it within 24 hours if at all possible. But it won't dissolve. The fat soluble components in EMF hydro won't dissolve in a decade in a bottle of water because it needs fat in order to dissolve. So some people are looking and they see these solids and they say, I'm waiting for them to dissolve. They won't. They're going to dissolve inside your body with the food. That's why we recommend that you take Microdaily Hydro with food. So, but that you want to try to get it down fairly quickly, within a day if you can. Some people say within a couple of hours, but within a day.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, James. Sharon, go ahead, please.
I take the collagen, which I take the whole array of the products. But I noticed that basically, if I miss out on taking the collagen for several days, I start to have, back pain and aching because I had sarcoidosis and being on steroids for 40 years plus, and then I broke my back and my wrist. So if I don't take it, then I'm like, why is my body hurt? But the only thing I had the problem is like I really don't drink tea, something hot. So then I now trying to tell myself, okay, get a pot of water and like boil it and then I generally put 2 scoops of the collagen and then pour it over like a half a cup of water, let it dissolve, and then I just gulp it down because putting on other food or whatever, sometimes I forget or sometimes I'm saying like I don't want to do that or I might be out
Right.
making a sandwich, stuff like that. But I know that even though taking the micro daily, and sometimes I've taken mega dose of the micro daily or the hydro, that does not work for me with my joint pains and my had broken backs and inflammation that flares up. It's basically taking that collagen. That's what helps.
Wow. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. I didn't know you had to go through so much trouble to mix your collagen. So because you're not doing microdaily, you're not doing EMF hydro, you're doing the capsules.
I do all. I do all,
Okay.
But
So
I'm
you
saying if
can
you
mix
put
it with
the
your hydro.
if you put, okay, but I'm saying if you put it in the hydro, it clumps up and you're going to like have to stir it up. So then when I put it in the cup, I pour some hot water. First, I put like 2 scoops in a cup, little small,
Gotcha.
cup. And then I pour some hot water and sort of like shimmy it around. And then I let it sit there for like maybe 10 minutes. And then I'll come back and I'll, gump it down. Or like sometimes did that and I let it cool down and then I put it in a bowl and then I put some cereal on it and then I pour some milk and I eat it like that
Gotcha.
because like I said, it's just a thing of a routine. Like people that drinks
Yep.
coffee or tea, they just dump it in. But I'm
Yep.
not that kind of person.
That's not your thing. I got you. Okay. Okay. Completely understand. And you have your system and it's working for you, so that's good. Interesting. Okay. Everybody's got a recipe. Someone's raised a question about using it topically. So are there any beauticians here that have something that's working for them or something that they recommend? about using the collagen topically. I think as long as you mix it in. Oh, Shelly Dean's got a comment, and I know she's in the beauty world. So please go ahead, Shelly.
Okay. Yes, I am. So I hope you can hear me well. So what I do generally, actually, my husband came up with this sort of concoction for pain. Um, we take like a scoop of collagen or half a scoop. It just also depends on you. And then we take some of the some of the EMF capsule, maybe 2, 3, or 4, and we mix it with virgin coconut oil. And yes, apply it in the area where it's pain, where you're experiencing some pain, and it's working for people, especially the knees. I had, I would say, since January 15 till sometime in March, I have helped maybe about 5 persons with that, and everybody have experienced some really great results. Some of them, I'm still waiting for them to really show the proper interest in buying the collagen, but they all have experienced great results.
Wow.
Myself, I'm using it as well for myself, and all around, it's a very, very good experience with the collagen.
Wow, that's interesting. What about for, I see here that their question, this is John's, has raised a question. What about for facials? Same recipe?
No, because everybody's face respond differently when it comes to collagen. Excuse me, not the collagen, coconut.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, the collagen, you can, if you mix it up with, say, your cream. In fact, my husband, I see, is raising his hand. He came up with something for the face with collagen. So I'm going to let him explain that because he has a power brain.
All right, that sounds just about a good description for him. Thank you very much, Shelley, for sharing that. Bernard, so talk to us. Tell us, what does the power brain have to say? Don't forget to unmute.
Well, someone asked me what was I using. Actually, it's gotten better and better. I use this. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of hoping you can see it. I put it in there. This is it's a body oil. But what happened was one day I was thinking, what would happen if you took and put it on your face? This what's in here is coconut ginger, vitamin E, coconut oil, and yeah, coconut oil, ginger, vitamin E, and it's a moisturizing cream. So what I do is I take collagen and I mix it in there in the lotion itself. I put just a drop or two of water in there, and I dip, and then I put it on my face. Well, what happened was I started seeing the wrinkles started going away.
Wow.
I had problems with my neck. Sometimes you get that little neck where you can tell how old you are with your neck. It started disappearing more, and people started asking me, "They said, what are you doing with your neck?" And that's how I found out that at night before I go to bed, I take it and put that coconut oil on there, and along with that moisturizing cream, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Now, what gave me the idea was a dentist put a little bit of um, collagen into a spot, for my mouth, and he charged me like $65 for this little thing of collagen. And I said, wait a minute, he's putting that there. Let me try it on things such as scrapes. So let me try it on swelling, and let me try it on the outside. And what I found is I had a really swollen knee. I don't know, I hit it up against something. But I took and made that cream and then wrapped on my knee really good and did it for a couple of nights, and the pain totally went away. And I started
Wow.
recommending it to people, and everybody would call me back and says, "Man, that was a good idea you came up with." I said, "No," I said, "I came up with it because it just made common sense. It
Wow.
just made common sense for me." So it's helping out a whole lot. My wife probably don't promote a lot because that skin be getting beautiful along with her esthetician. I don't want to interfere with her business, so I just go on and tell my friends that don't go to her. This is what you need to do.
The cat is out the bag now.
Yeah, the cat is out the bag because that's this collagen we have. It is the most phenomenal collagen that I've ever seen. Everybody that I can get to use it always call me back. And they've been on collagen for years, but this is the first time they actually see the results that they're seeing in their bodies. And I tell you something, I don't say it for sales. I tell everybody, I say, hey, I have a decent retirement. I'm a firefighter, former firefighter. I'm a current paramedic. I do CPR and BLS. I say, I don't need much money. I said, where my joy comes is to introduce you to something that actually worked. And the company just happened to pay me for doing that. And of course, it's not down on Walkman. I take it if they give it to me. But actually, I would do this free because I believe in these products that much. So
Well,
basically, that's what I do.
you got a good basis for believing it. I'll tell you that right now, because the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So thank you, thank you very much, Bernard, for
And
your
Angelique
insight.
had her name up for the longest too. So I just want to take that.
Yeah. Angelique, please. And then we're just about the end of our time, but go ahead, Angelique.
Well, I decided to talk because you always tell me you don't tell your experiences, but I had whiplash twice. So my neck would hurt so bad I would hate to go to sleep at night because I knew in the morning it would be so stiff and painful. And so when I started taking the Micro Daily, the pain went away. But then when I added the collagen, I can now move my neck. Before it would just be stiff on one side. And then because I had a slow thyroid, with that, your nails break so easily and your hair falls out. But I noticed my nails are just growing. They're not breaking all the time and splitting. And I think my hair is doing better. It looks like the strands are a little bit thicker. So, I mean, this may seem like nothing, but compared to people being really sick, but you want things to work. You want to be able to move around. So, yeah, and I take one scoop. I don't take the 2/3, but I do one scoop in the evening in hot water with the EMF hydro. I just made a little drink, and I decided to do it like a little evening drink. So that I had make sure I do it on schedule so I don't forget. It's like a wind down thing.
Very good.
That's all I've been doing.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, I can't do it at night. See, that's what I'm saying. Most people have no problem with it at night. But if I was to do it at night, I won't sleep until morning, till sun up. So, but thank you very much, Kathy, for sharing your story. And Sharon, you got the last word on this?
Two little questions. Can you take the collagen and mix it like with hair, grease for people of color, and put it in your hair to maybe help give your hair a boost? Because sometimes when you get old, your hair doesn't grow. And the
Tell us
second one,
about it.
and the second one is that even though like a person that might have cancer, struggling with cancer, but might have joint pains and aches, could they make up that concoction with the collagen and the coconut oil and wrap it or put it on, or it would be not good because it'd still go into their systems?
My personal opinion is that that would be fine, because that's applying it topically, and it'll go pretty much right where it needs it. It's not going in through the digestive system and working its way into the bloodstream. It's just going right there in that area and helping to alleviate the pain. So, in my personal opinion, that would be fine. So, and Jeff has even told us about some anecdotal stories of benefits of individuals in the same situation that had phenomenal results, even though their bodies were fighting abnormal cells and other things. So that's it. I think that will do it. So, but thank you very much. And Sharon, tell us if you do decide to try the collagen peptides in some kind of a hair tonic of some kind, please send us the recipes. Please send us a story. Tell us, how it worked out for you. So for the record, my name is Jonathan Jones. And remember, folks, Remember, the FDA has not evaluated these comments. All right, the information that you heard today is for information and educational purposes only. Testimonies that you heard are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. Engage makes no claims that these products will cure, heal, or treat any disease state. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. So thank you very much for joining us. Next week, we're talking about stress. Anybody got any stress in their life? Next Sunday, we're talking about stress. We got Dr. Prasad's going to be in. We're going to be talking about stress and why and how you can manage it and control it. And the reason we're doing that is because next month is National Stress Awareness Month. That's right. We're shifting into the month of April, National Stress Awareness. We got a lot of products that will help you manage stress. No shortage of that. Thank you guys for joining us. You folks have yourselves a good night.
Okay, bye.